2004, my first road trip at the age of 56. I had been waving the camera around like a fly swat, looking through a black and white viewfinder and not having any decent way of reviewing what I'd been doing and whether my footage was even usable. I edited it with a basic editor back then, making a mess of it, and I lost the original tapes. So this series has been recovered from what I originally edited, that originally edited footage. I'm satisfied with what I've wound up with. If for nothing else, this is the first time I've seen this footage in nearly 15 years, and current technology has helped make it almost watchable. And so I was now on the homeward leg. I was starting at Victor Harbour and following the coast around the Florio and Eyre Peninsulas and back across the air highway to Albany via Esperance. Well, this is Victor Harbour. Just as beautiful as it was when we first came here 9 years ago. Well, there's no vehicular traffic out to the island from here. It's by the boardwalk. And once you get out there, there are walking trails all over the place. I don't know how long I'm in Victor Harbour for. I'm going to have a bit of a look around, and then we'll see whether we do any of those walking things. Well, this is the headland, or the bluff, out from Victor Harbour, and this road just winds its way around the bottom to, yep, a jetty where you can go fishing. Meanwhile, out in the bay, and then a bit further back is Victor Harbour. Talking to someone this morning who described this place as being a little bit like Esperance, and only without all the islands in the bay. Well, I guess we'll find that out because it's owned by Esperance. Okay, that's where we were a few seconds ago. The bluff rises above us, but this is Encounter Bay. This is the other side of the bluff. Okay, our final view, I think, and then we're on our way. We're places to do and people to see and things like that. Certainly a beautiful little corner of the world is Victor Harbour. Let me tell you, the wind's blowing a gale up here. This is Cape Jervis. And as we swing around, up there, I'm assuming that's Kangaroo Island. We could go down that hill. There's the road into town. So I hope we reach pretty soon because my fuel tank's showing nil yet. Well, I've yet to discover quite what Port Jervis or Cape Jervis is all about, apart from being the southern tip of this particular headland, and that's the car ferry that takes the cars out to Kangaroo Island. There's got to be more to Jervis Bay than this. Let's go and see what we can find. Well, this is it. This is going out. So it's been disappointed on this trip, I guess. This would be it. But then again, on the positive side, it's lovely. It wants everything. That's a ship license today. I'll end up with a class. There's kangaroo on. Yeah, getting around at Jervis really is quite a lot of people living here. I have seen 2 or 3 of these since that first one we picked up in Victoria. 2 windmill farms. Looks like quite a lot up there. I wonder what the area is that it's actually servicing. That's a Cape Jervis. Righto. Pine trees there, and the bloody hill on the right hand side. You should see the gap in the hill we came through to get down here. All of a sudden there's these pine trees. No indication as to where we are. I do see signs of the township coming up, so yeah, quite pleasant. Look at the size of that, eh? Right in front of us there. This is the Myponga Reservoir, south of Adelaide. All it said down on the road was Camera Reservoir. So come up here and have a look. There you go. A lot more accessible than what the dams are back home. It's all farmland around it. I decided to continue on from the dam rather than turn around and go back. Actually cross the wall, up the other side. Look at this view. So the coastline up there, looking up towards Adelaide. And then down the valley the other way, and I assume that's Myponga. Okay, you suffered giant cockatoos, giant crayfish and the rest of the thing. This is Myponga for the gardeners, without a giant. Yep, a giant pot plant. Here's the view from up in the Adelaide Hills. This is up towards Belia. And that's the city over there. And as you pan around. And the airport. Straight from the airfield, just behind that there's the West Beach Caravan Park where I stayed last night. And we keep panning around. And we'll come down to the city of Glenelg, just down there. This is at Arno Bay, down on the Eyre Peninsula, and at the rate that the water is running in, I'd suggest the tide's coming in. So there's a few guys here fishing, I'm sure taking advantage. Well, good morning, it's just gone 8 o'clock, and it is Tuesday. I believe it's around about the 24th of March. Well, the trip's coming to an end. You're going to have to make a transport day of it today, I think. We'll stop and have a look at what we need to on the way. This is Port Lincoln, and quite pretty. A few islands out there. As we look directly into the sun as it's coming up in the east, obviously. Walk down the hill a few metres. There's the fishing village side of it. And Port Lincoln itself, looking back over the other hill. Down into the harbour. What we're looking before is pretty much the fishing boat harbour, I think. From what I could tell.
Well, there's no point saying it's one thing, like a fishing boat harbour, I think, and then not checking it out. What is it? It's a canal development. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. Well, we've got a lot of miles to put behind us today, so unless there's something else here to look at Port Lincoln, we're on our way. There is life even at this hour of the day. Mind you, it is after 8 o'clock. Well, this is Coffin Bay. It's situated on an estuary. The tourist brochure says it's one of the most beautiful estuaries in Australia. Well, judge for yourself. It really is very nice down there. And it's quite extensive. Just keeps going. Yeah, the view from up here really is quite spectacular. You can do this without falling ass over tit. What a beautiful, tranquil little spot. This is the town jetty. Well, as we're travelling up the west coast of the Eyre Peninsula, this is some of the coastline we're not seeing because the road is actually inland a bit. But coastline fairly similar right around Australia. Don't stand too close to the edge. This is all part of Cummings Lookout, which is where the previous pictures were taken. It's interesting in the fact that the cliffs overhang and crumble away, and for that end, this little bit of lookout here is a fair way back from the edge. This is Elliston. And we're going to take a little tourist drive. This is a little bay at Elliston. A nice little beach. Okay, just a bit further up the tourist road and looking back down onto Elliston and the bay, the coastline over there. And the other side, just looking up the coastline. Okay, this is Streaky Bay. We're now starting to get up towards the top end of the Eyre Peninsula again, on the western side. The town is nestled back in here. This is just some of the coastline back from Streaky Bay back towards the south. I think I said that the last place we were at was Streaky Bay. In actual fact, it was Venus Bay. This is Streaky Bay. Far more placid. And we're just 100 kilometres short of Ceduna at this point in time. So we're going to refuel and keep going. This is looking from the Ceduna Road back towards Streaky Bay, and that I will assume is Eber Island. We'll keep moving. Well, this is the Great Australian Bight. A little bit different to what it was when we were here in June last year, or July last year. To start with, it's a damn sight hotter.
Which way are you going?
Perth.
Are you going that way?
Yeah. Since we were here in July, they're building a cultural centre. This is down at the head of the Bight on the Nullarbor. Well, good morning. It's 20 to 6 and it's Thursday, and we're going to go through here, declare any fruit, anything we might have a nature like that, and then run our way home. This is the WA border. This is Gibson, and there's millions of banshee trees everywhere. It's growing, this looks like they're growing wild in town here. Well, I think the harbour was described as being very similar to Esperance, with Esperance. This is certainly a very attractive scenery and geographical formation around Esperance. Certainly I haven't seen anything like this on the east coast, this trip at least. What we've seen on the east coast has been pretty much more extreme. And I'll love to see this on a clear day. There's islands and things sort of hidden in the mist out there. Okay, the sun's coming up. It's the 26th, I think, today. Thursday? Friday, 26th. The Esperance Caravan Park. And the last night that we'll be camping together on this trip. We now head to Albany, my sister's place. It's been my home for the last 5 weeks, and it's been brilliant. Been a great servant. It's amazing how you take some things for granted. The Stirling Ranges have never really seemed all that imposing to me. They've always been there, but they've been all that imposing. But when you've been to the Grampians and the Flinders Ranges and seen all these other ones around the country, you come back and all of a sudden you realise, hey, these things do stand out on their own, don't they? It's the biggest one I've seen on the road this trip. Well, there's another one. Haven't been out here for quite a while. I'm assuming that's Mount Many Peaks. So the Mount Many Peaks are the Prongrupes, but I think the Prongrupes are far further over to the right. Well, the trip's almost over. Only tomorrow when I go home. This is my sister's place, Margaret, and her husband John, and this is in Albany.
If you enjoyed this video, you might like to check out this video. or maybe browse this playlist. There are over 700 videos just like these on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button, comment, and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.